What is going on? I have some footage that I filmed over the past few weeks that I haven't made a video with, so I'll insert that here. Real quick, I'm gonna go through some of this stuff and figure out what's what, because I've got to send some stuff up to Go on Engine Services for the assembly of the engine. Hello, Mama. And then we're gonna get cracking on getting this motor out, try to get it out tonight. But I gotta send them the oil pan. I gotta send them oil pan and cam and some other goodies. So we're just gonna open up this one first. My knife is basically a butter knife, just so you guys know. Yep, there it is. I figured this is an oil pan. So this is the same oil pan that I ran on the S14. This is the Canton oil pan. And we'll send it up to those guys. It looks like there used to be something here. I don't know. But they'll put it through the parts cleaner and make sure this thing's all cleaned up. So we got a Canton oil pan and a dipstick. Now this thing came out of a Z, so the cool thing is that that's already bent to go in a Z. This will have to go back in this box so it can be shipped out, but that's that. So put this one. Okay, and here, some ARP flywheel bolts, flywheel, and clutch assembly. Now this is used, and you know, it is what it is. But hopefully everything works. It's got some hardware in it already. Looks like it's missing a few, but maybe we'll just go to the hardware store and grab some new hardware for this. But this is a comp stage 5 clutch, good for about 550 horsepower. I ran it with my first LS before switching to the dog box, and we switched to a twin disc McLeod. There's that. Let's see what's in here. Still waiting on a few things from ISR. Waiting on a drive shaft, and a lot of this stuff is used, and you're going to notice that. A lot of this stuff is from the 350Z that was in, or that's in Pro 2 now. Alright, there's our trans mount. Motor mount. Motor mount. Trans bushing, hardware kit. Alright, so there's that. So in here is the ISR adapter plate and the starter bracket, shifter relocator. We'll talk more about this later and how easy it is to LS swap one of these cars using this kit. It's fucking so simple. I already did it on my channel, but we'll do it again in the car that it's supposed to go in, because this kit is made for an LS and a Z. I used it on the S14, so it's even easier in this bad boy. This is another thing that we're going to talk about later, but this is a Brian Tooley cam kit. Basically, we went with a stage 3 LS3 cam, even though it's for rectangle ports. Yes, hello baby, I see you. Yes, kisses. The tech over there suggested this would make the most power with the setup that we are going to be going with. So we also got push rods and valve springs here. So double springs, and the guys at Golan will be installing that into the new motor. So we got to send that over first thing tomorrow. This is exhaust here. And cool thing about this ISR exhaust, you can run it with your VQ, and then it'll also bolt up to the Y pipe for your LS. So using their headers. Speaking of headers, there's our headers there. And yeah, enough about this. I wanted to show you guys this, but I've got to get cracking on this ASAP. So here we go. So I really wanted to show you guys the engine pull out, but we're at John's house and his whole neighborhood just lost power. So we've been using a headlamp, and we've been doing this in the dark, which is pretty neat, but yeah, I'll give you guys a little update. These things have a big plastic front core support that's removable, and as you can tell, pulling this engine out is going to be really easy because of that. And we're deleting a lot of the stuff that we're, you know, not needed anymore. AC condenser, a bunch of random plastic, the stock coolers, a bunch of stuff. AC lines have been cut out, and we're just kind of ticking away at this thing, but didn't quite get as much done as we wanted to because of that. So in the next video, either we're going to be pulling this out, or it might already be out, depends on if I film or not. We got to pull the exhaust off, drain the trans fluid, trans mount, motor mounts, and a few other connectors that are down behind the intake that are kind of a bitch to get to. And then it should come out. We drain the oil, and shit, what else do we do? That it?
About it.
That's about it, yeah. So we're just taking away at it. Yeah, John drank some Freon.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Dude, everybody on my channel is going to love your accent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on this channel that are from around here, so they won't think it's weird, but all of my West Coasters. Best Coasters.
Best coasters? Can't even say that.
Okay, anyways, so we're going to keep going here. So it's just me here today, so I have to kind of just do stuff and then film. But I got all this plastic off so I can see what's back here. I've got a crossover for the brake lines. Got a crossover for the chassis harness. Here's the plugs for the chassis harness, which have seen better days. Got a ripped weather seal there. And then, what else? Pulled the factory main engine harness out, so it looks a little bit more bare in there. Just pulled right through here, which is nice. This is the vacuum line that runs to our link ECU. That link ECU is up there. And that link ECU has a built-in map sensor, which is fucking sick. So we're going to actually be switching the link ECUs to the link Storm here very soon. Here's our engine harness. It'll go with that engine. I'm going to sell this for a couple $100. I'm sure somebody could use it or use some parts off of it. And then transmission, which I'm saving, going to be using with all the ISR goodies that convert it to go with the LS. I'm also having to strip the interior because we can't forget, with this new motor, we're going to need a cage for one, safety, and two, the rules of most racetracks to do tandem. In Gridlife last year you didn't need a roll cage, and this year you do need one. So all this stuff, if you guys are familiar with the Z, there's like these weird chassis braces. There's one in the back, and then there's one for like the speakers, and some, this is like glove compartments. But it's all spot welded, which is so fucking cool. It's spot welded. So I had to get a hole saw and drill that out. I'm sure some of you guys have probably taken this out in your Z's, so if you have any input, feel free to comment below. But yeah, some burn tires from Ohio. So you guys know that I've been wanting to put an LS in this car. And when I first started building this car, the goal was to do a simple, cheap drift car. And now it's not going to be that. But we did make a simple, cheap drift car. We went drifting in it, and I got bored. It's just how I like fast cars. I like race cars. So I showed you guys the modifications needed to go to the track and showed it with the homies. It wasn't a lot of money. I didn't total it up, but hopefully you guys did throughout the build process over those couple months. But now we're going to Gridlife, and we're going to try to do a few other things, working with some new partners. And we're getting an LS, and it's being built by Golan Engines. Nate Hamilton set me up with Chad over at Golan. He's done engine packages for Alaconadale's FD program, engine packages for a few Pro 2 guys, Pro Am guys, and Nate Hamilton's FD car. So pretty good track record and resume from those guys, and they decided to jump on board. Huge thanks to them, and work with our time frame, which is only about 2 weeks to get an engine. So the engine will be here next week, and then we'll install it, tune it, and then shortly after that take the car up to Ohio to get a cage. So very hectic around here right now, but exciting. And I'm going to try to make some more videos, keep you guys in the loop a little bit. But right now, we've got to take out all this shit that's in the back of these 350Zs that's completely unnecessary. And we got this tool here. This tool is going to make our lives easy. So I'll try to film, I'll try to keep you guys in the loop, but instead of just cutting all of this out, we are going to try to do it the right way. We have no power and we're trying to get this hatch open. Shane thinks he knows how to do it. This is fucking stupid. Do you want me to try to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna shut you in here. Oh! Wow. Good job, dude.
It's like up in here.
Okay. Good to know. If you guys get kidnapped by me, that's how you get out.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, in case you ever get kidnapped in a 350Z, just know that they don't mark it. It's not bright yellow. It's not easy. They want to make you work for that escape route. You know what I mean?
Oh, sorry.
Fuck! What happened?
Bugs.
Focus. Alright, so today's video was not meant to be a super informative video. It was just meant to be a bit of an update for you guys because you've been wondering what's going on. But we went through 2 drill batteries, drilling out all these holes. That's loose. In the back we got some of them out, but just didn't have enough drill batteries or sunlight. So we're about half. You say a little bit more than halfway done with this?
Yeah.
A little more than halfway done with this. If for anybody who's ever gotten a car caged, you know that the more prep work you do for the fabricator, the cheaper it ends up being. So we're trying to get this thing as close to, you know, ready for him to bend and weld as possible. And even going to take the paint off in the areas where he's going to be putting the base plates for the hoops. So again, pretty productive. This is one of the many piles of things that I've taken out of this car. So probably, I think total, probably pulled 300 pounds out of this car, which is a lot. And I could be wrong, but I think that the VQ engine weighs more than an LS. I'm not sure about an iron block LS because that's what I'll have, but these things are massive. I know that it's easier to work on an LS and a Z than a VQ and a Z. So that's always a plus. This stupid fucking intake design. Can't even get to the coil packs. It's terrible, terrible design. Don't ever want another one. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching, and I'll give you another update here very soon when I have time. I work full-time now, which some of you may know that, some of you may not. I know it's much different than oh, check out this wasp. It's different than the old days where my full-time job was YouTube. That's not the case anymore. I work 5 days a week. I got Olive, Raven, and it's hard to find time to make videos. It's hard enough finding time to work on the car, but I will try my best to keep these things coming so that you guys can be in the loop. But don't forget to come to Gridlife South in Atlanta. Also, Accelera is doing a giveaway right now, 4 tickets for free admission into Gridlife South, and then you also get a ride-along bracelet so you can get a ride with myself, or Bagsy from England is going to be there with his GTR, or Nate Hamilton's going to be there, and I believe his S13 Turbo LS S13. So enter. It's on my Instagram at Caleb Quanbeck. Go check it out. Enter, and hopefully see you guys there. Peace.